Good morning everyone, welcome to another What I Eat in a Day in lockdown. I've just been on a run. I did a 10k run today was a bit slower. I think it was like 47 or 48 minutes. Like almost within the first couple of minutes I was like, yeah, this isn't going to be like a particularly fast one. So I just went with it, but it was a really nice morning. It's perfect. Perfect morning for a run. And I've come back, quickly jumped in the shower to wash my hair, and Joe has kindly made brekkie, and it's all ready on the table. How dreamy is that? You're going to have to do a reveal. He's kept the plates on the top to like keep them warm.
Great reveal.
Dun dun dun. Oh come on.
Wow.
Yay! Oh my, wow. That looks incredible.
You got a whole grain crumpet.
Nice.
Turmeric, scrambled tofu. You've got garlic, sauteed mushrooms and spinach, and then just a bit of avo, which is a bit messy.
Nice. Oh, it looks amazing.
And
Thank you so much. Yes. This looks so good. Exactly what I needed after a run. Joe is the absolute dream for making that breakfast. It was like the perfect thing to come back to after a run. Had the protein from the tofu, carbs from the crumpet, goodness from the greens and mushrooms. So I actually mentioned that this was one of the best breakfasts to have after a run in my previous running tips video. So he must have watched that. So I'm now about to make a smoothie. This is going to be a green smoothie. Basically we just have some spinach that needs to be used up, so perfect thing to do is to just blend it up with a banana and some protein powder. The milk I'm using is by Plenish, and this is their hazelnut milk. Now I don't know if you guys know, but I really dislike hazelnuts. It's not an allergy or an intolerance, but it makes my throat feel really tickly. It's really mild, but I just have never liked it ever since I was a kid. And weirdly, Daisy May has a hazelnut allergy. But hazelnut milk, absolutely fine for me. Like, I like the taste of it. It's very sweet. It's completely like unsweetened itself, but hazelnut milk, yeah, it tastes quite sweet and mild. I weirdly like it, so that's the milk that I'm using. Obviously, like if Daisy May was here, I would not have this in the house. I'm adding 2 bananas because this is for Joe as well. I thought I'd make him a smoothie in return for the breakfast. And then I'm adding in a large handful of spinach, 1.5 large handfuls of spinach. I find you can just cram in so much in there in terms of the greens. Spinach is so mild, and when it blends down in a smoothie, especially when you sweeten it with things like protein powder, you can't taste it and it blends to nothing. The protein powder I'm using is by Form, and this is their new flavour. It's toffee and it tastes so good. I love this one. So I'm doing 2 portions of that for both of us. A bit of like spinach, and I think it was like soggy spinach as well. I'm also adding some green superfoods. This is Super Greens by Bioglan. It's like a mix of different types, like wheatgrass, things like that. I add about 1 teaspoon for 1 serving, so adding about half to 1 tablespoon of it. I'm going to add a little bit of water because I don't know if the milk was enough. And that's it. Blend it all up. Oh, I have this thing where I can't put the blender on top. I don't know why. Joe, can you help me?
Yes.
Was that it? Oh, well done. Also just making some tea, multitasking. For Joe, his favourite, Pucker chamomile tea. And for me, Pucker Feel New. Lumpy banana again! We're used to the lumpy banana now, aren't we? Yeah. Taste test. Oh, it's good. The Form nutrition powder just makes everything taste good.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
I'm carrying a smoothie and recording on my camera at the same time. Tea,
Amazing.
be careful, it's hot.
Thank you very much.
And green smoothie.
Thank you very much.
Good?
Amazing, thank you.
These flowers are looking beautiful. Joe got these, was it yesterday you got these, Joe? No, a couple of days now. Monday. Oh, a few days ago. When we first got them, they were completely like this, like really, really tight balls, and then only in the last like day or two, they're starting to bloom. Super pretty. It's now lunchtime. It's actually quite late. I think it's like 2:30 or something, but our lunchtime hours have just been all over the place during lockdown. I have been creating some content for a big announcement that is happening on Monday. So for you guys, tomorrow morning, literally in the morning, I'll be announcing a really cool brand partnership. So that'll be on my Instagram. So I've just been doing some bits and bobs for that. And it's time to make some lunch. It's going to be very, very simple and very, very thrown together. So I've got these corn on the cobs that I'm going to put in the grill, add some kind of sauce like paprika, a bit of salt and pepper, maybe make it a little bit spicy. Also some asparagus, very seasonal. And over here I have some leftovers from last night. Joe made his speciality homemade baked beans and they are amazing. So he's completely made that tomato sauce from scratch and added all the beans, and they're so good, better than Heinz, I promise. And also a leftover half of a sweet potato, baked sweet potato. Because there's only one portion there, Joe wants to put something else in the oven for him, so I'll have this and we'll share the rest. This is going to be super simple. I'm literally just going to put the corn on a baking tray, add some salt and pepper, a little bit of oil, not too much. There we go. And then they'll need grilling for about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I tend to just keep an eye on them. It's a shame we don't have a barbecue. These would be amazing, just put on the barbecue for a few minutes. But halfway through, I'll like turn them maybe a couple of times to make sure they are golden and crispy all the way around. I'll put the asparagus in a couple of minutes with the corn. They just don't need quite as long as the corn. And in the meantime, I'm going to make the spice mix that I'll add to the corn in a little bit. So I'm adding some hot smoked paprika. Now this is really spicy, so I don't use too much of it, like literally 1/4 teaspoon or something. This is almost empty. And then I have normal paprika as well, which has no heat, so I can add more than that. Probably like, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of that. I've got some mixed herbs here as well, so a teaspoon of those. Half a teaspoon of cumin. I'm gonna add some chili flakes as well, just like half a teaspoon of those, just for a little bit more heat. Salt and pepper. Oh, you've got to see how good this looks. Look at those delicious herbs and spices. I love it when they're all mixed together. And I'm going to add some tamari or soy sauce, if you've got that. I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of that. Let's see how that looks. Basically making a bit of a paste. And then some extra virgin olive oil. I'll see what 2 teaspoons of that looks like. The way I cook is very much just, it's like an experiment. Add a bit here, a bit there, see how it works out. If it's not enough, just add a bit more. It's kind of, I suppose, intuitive cooking, right? There we go. This will work really nicely as a bit of a paste or a rub that I can add on to the grilled corn when they're finished. And this is easy. All I need to do with this is heat it up. I've got the already baked sweet potato and baked beans. So the asparagus and corn is now ready. I put them in for an extra 10 minutes. So they had about 25 minutes under the grill altogether, and they just look so delicious and golden. So I've got my paste here. I'm going to add the corn into a bowl, and then I'll just cover the paste with the corn. I actually really like using a knife to scrape off all of the corn and then mixing it with the sauce. That's really delicious as well, and you can make a char-grilled corn salad. But because these already have the little sticks either side, I thought I might as well just keep them on. Right. I'm getting nowhere with this. I'm going to use my fingers. Getting messy. And there we have it, lunch today. So we have our grilled corn and asparagus with the spice paste on the top, baked sweet potato leftovers from yesterday, and also leftovers of Joe's speciality baked beans. So I was just getting one of Joe's all plants pastas out the oven, ready for him to have it, and look what just happened. Yep, that happened. Gets worse. There we go. And on my Everlane trousers. No! He did get some pasta in the end.
Got what was left.
Do you like the corn?
Yeah, it's amazing. Very good.
I made this lemon and blueberry cake a couple of days ago, and there's still some left, surprisingly. So I'm going to have a nice little slice of that with a nice cup of tea. I don't know why, but I keep finding myself during the days here just sat on the floor in front of the sofa. I just find it really comfy, and it's where I'm like doing my work and stuff. So I've got my blueberry and lemon cake here. I've also got another cup of tea. I've lost count of how many I've had now. So in here we have buckwheat flour with a mix of spelt, I think, and blueberries, lemon zest, lemon juice, coconut sugar, and I also put in some coconut yogurt. To be honest, like, I'm not going to share the whole recipe because I don't think it is the best. I mean, it's like fine for like a little afternoon slice of cake, but I don't think it's the best that I could do, so I'm not sharing the whole recipe, but just so you have an idea of what's in here. So I did a little bit of yoga. I think I did 20 minutes of a yoga workout on Kat Meffin's YouTube channel because I love her, I think she's great. And then I followed up with a 35-minute yoga flow. So that worked really, really well. So good little workout to just get the body moving. I know I went on a run this morning, but I've literally just been sat down for the whole day, so I just get to a point where I just need to move my arms, move my legs a little bit, so that really helped. And now it's time to make some dinner, and we're going to be making a cauliflower curry, which I'm really excited about, and also a dal to go on the side. I don't know how authentic these recipes are going to be. It's basically just like by memory of how I think these kind of foods tasted when we were in Mumbai. So yeah, I don't know if they're going to be like the real deal, but I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to make the dal first. I've got 1 cup of red lentils there. I've got 1 tomato. I think I've got 4 garlic cloves there, 1 onion. And for the spices, I have got some ground ginger because I don't have any fresh at the moment, some turmeric, some coriander seeds and fennel seeds. Now I'm pretty sure these should be soaked to just like soften them and everything, but I don't have time for that, so I'm just going to thoroughly rinse them. I think you add 3 times the amount of water, so 1 cup of lentils will be 3 cups of water. So that's what I'm going to get started with first. I've got the lentils cooking there, so I'm just going to leave them for 15 minutes. My gorgeous assistant over here is dicing the onion, the garlic and the tomato. Slicing and dicing. And then over here I've got the ingredients for the curry. So we're going to do a cauliflower curry, and I just realised that this is actually really small, so I don't think that will pad it out enough. So I'm going to add in a pepper and some mushrooms. They need using anyway, so that's ideal. And then I've also got an onion, 3 cloves of garlic, a red chilli, 1 tin of chopped tomatoes and some coconut milk. I don't know if I'll use all of that, probably just half. And for the spices, I've got some mustard seeds there, ground cumin, mild curry powder, I guess that's cheating, right? Garam masala and also some turmeric. cauliflower curry, I'm going to add some coconut oil into the pan. Let that get really hot, and then I'll simmer the onions and the garlic. Okay, so the onion can go in first. And I'm also going to add in some of the mustard seeds. I forgot, I should have done that first. I'm going to add the mustard seeds, like a teaspoon of them, into the corner here. And they can just fry off in the corner there. And then I'll mix it all together. Normally you would do the mustard seeds first.
How do you want this guy down?
Into florets.
Florets.
Florets. Cut off the leaves and the like stem, the base, yeah. This is what we've got going on over here at the moment. The mustard seeds are just bubbling away in the oil over here, while the onions sat over there. I'll give it another minute and then I'll stir it all together and add the garlic. I'm adding the chili. The chili is de-seeded, by the way, because I think it would be pretty spicy if I didn't do that. And now the spices. So 1 teaspoon of the curry powder, 1 teaspoon of the garam masala, 1 teaspoon of the turmeric powder, and then 1 teaspoon of the cumin. So this is smelling absolutely incredible right now. I'm now going to add the chopped tomatoes. So chopped tomatoes are in. I've filled this up about 3/4 of the way with water. I'm gonna add that. Yum. Ooh, yum. What are these? Hippies.
The hippies. Also crucial.
So the cauliflower is being boiled. I think we'll put it on like a simmer for 10 minutes or something, just to soften it before we add it into the curry. So the lentils are pretty much nearly cooked. I'm just keeping them on a really low simmer. And with the dal, I'm going to get on with the onion and garlic and spices and stuff. So first I'm going to add the onion. Perfect chopping, Joe.
Right, all lined up and everything.
So neat. Look at that, in rows. Before we started cooking, because we just tidied up the kitchen, Joe was like, so should we just try and keep like the pots and pans to a minimum? I was like, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 chopping boards on the go as well. Every wooden spoon, every knife.
There's never a stop.
It's worth it though, because it tastes so good.
You love it.
Garlic is going in as well. Yeah, we cooked Joe's parents an amazing curry. That was like 3 or 4 weeks ago now though, longer. We did we made Bombay potatoes, they were delicious. We had a dal on the side, some brown rice. I made homemade naan as well. No, chapati, I made chapatis, whole wheat chapatis. And then what was the main curry? Was it a chickpea curry? That was a really good meal. There was so much going on.
Blew my dad's mind.
I'm going to add a teaspoon of turmeric, just under a teaspoon of ginger powder. This is ground ginger. A teaspoon of coriander seeds. They are so fragrant. And the same for fennel seeds. They do make a massive difference. Give it a good stir. Salt and pepper. And the diced tomato can go in. Is that just 1 tomato? That seems like a lot. Cool.
Good tomato. Top tomato.
Top tomato. So this is on a really low heat, and I'm just going to keep that on there until the tomato starts to really break down and soften. And then we can mix it with the dal, which is coming along perfectly. I'll show you a close-up. So this is for the dal, the onion, garlic, tomato and spices. This is the lentils over here. So they're looking really, really good. This is the curry. At the moment I still haven't added the coconuts because I'm going to add that a little bit later. What's this? Cauliflower is meant to be boiling away, but it's not doing too well. This can all go in here now. So we've got the pepper and the mushrooms. This was meant to be just a cauliflower curry, but it's quickly turned into a mixed vegetable curry. And we always tend to have some chips on the go while we're cooking, and these are the Hippies Sweet and Smokin', and they are delicious.
Really good if you dip them in curry sauce.
Because we've added so many more vegetables into this than I'd originally planned, I'm going to add another tin of chopped tomatoes. Oh, these are plum tomatoes. There you go. Cool. Can you fill that up halfway with water, please? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And then the cauliflower has been cooked for like 5 minutes. I'm gonna add that in. Thank you. Adding half a tin of water. Perfect. Thank you. Then I need to break down these massive plum tomatoes. You know, the ones where they're not chopped. Coconut milk.
Get it in.
Woo! I think I'm just going to do half of this. Like the nice creamy bit at the top. This is looking really, really good. So I'm going to pour that into the dal. This is going to be delicious. So fragrant. I wish you could smell this right now. Curry's pretty much done. I'm just going to add a couple of handfuls of spinach. This curry is really overflowing. A couple of handfuls of spinach and then stir it in and we're good to serve. So here's the finished dal. Just going to serve up in little mini bowls. There we go. That's our dal. Curry is looking amazing. You ready?
Yeah.
This is going to go everywhere, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Yum. So here we go, a mixed vegetable curry with coconut milk, tomatoes, cauliflower, spinach, peppers, mushrooms, and then our dal as well on the side.
Pete.
I'm just so excited to taste this dal. Takes me back to Mumbai. We are so full from dinner, but we can still eat chocolate though.
Always room.
We're just snacking on some ombar. This is the coconut and vanilla centres. So good. And we are playing our fave Sherlock Holmes game.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
We are absolutely shattered from not doing a lot today really, so I guess that's just life in lockdown. You suddenly become accustomed to not doing much and like staying home all day, that when you do like go on a run or some kind of workout, it suddenly really affects you and you feel exhausted. So I think that's why we're super tired. So we're going to get some sleep. Joe won the Sherlock Holmes game, which I'm gutted about. It's now 20 to midnight, so actually it's quite late. We've been having really late nights, but yeah, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video all about what we have been eating in lockdown today, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.